There we are. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I missed you all so very much yesterday because I love coming here and talking to you in the comment section and just expressing my thoughts to you guys. And yesterday was a very long day at work. I ended up working way too many hours. So this morning I slept in way too many hours, and now I'm getting ready here for a holiday get together, and I tried the dress on and I'm like, I liked it on the hanger, and now I'm looking at it and I'm like, it looks like something Mrs. Incredible would wear, but it is comfortable. So I want to talk about some of the comments I have seen in the comment section, and of course, usual disclaimers are, these are my thoughts, opinions, speculations, theories, and I always like when you guys do your own research and you come to your own conclusions, because that helps us grow as a community and we can share information or share different perspectives. So I always appreciate when you guys give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and you always leave your thoughts here. So thank you for doing that. I am reading them, even if I don't always have time to reply. So as I was skimming through the comments, I keep seeing more and more people saying, Nika, why are you defending Bryan? Do you like him or something? Do you have a crush on him or something? What's wrong with you? He's obviously guilty, because if he wasn't, he would be screaming his innocence from the rooftops since day one. And I'm thinking, these people may not know how our justice system here in the United States of America is intended to work. And that is, people are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Okay, this trial has yet to start. So that implies that Mr. Kohberger is presumed innocent at this very moment. So in my eyes, he is also innocent. Things may come out when this trial starts, and then maybe we can change our mind. And when we see all the data, all the evidence, interviews, it's going to get very interesting. That being said, how is Mr. Bryan Christopher Kohberger supposed to scream his innocence from the rooftop? He's in a one-man jail cell. We don't even know if Kohberger has had contact with his own family, his parents, his mom and dad, his sisters. And people are saying he should be screaming his innocence. And I think the people that are saying this are very upset that Kohberger stood silent. Kohberger made the judge enter a not guilty plea deal for him. So I think these people are being emotionally reactive, and or they don't understand the justice system. There's no way currently for Kohberger to come out and tell the world, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. And in my opinion, that wouldn't make a difference anyway. I mean, the man stood silent and people lost their mind. Even in cases where people have had an alibi, receipts, timestamps, sometimes even all that evidence doesn't even matter. Sometimes the jury doesn't care. And 4 to 6% of people are incarcerated and they are innocent. That's a pretty high rate. So anyone could find themselves in that situation. So what would I do if I were in that situation? I would keep my mouth shut. We know that Bryan allegedly lawyered up 15 minutes into his interview with LE in Pennsylvania. 15 minutes is too long to be talking to LE. a lot of lawyers always say, this is why you plead the fifth. It doesn't matter if you're a good person, if you have receipts, if you have evidence. Plead the fifth. Stop talking. Even if you are trying to be helpful, do not talk. Remember, everything you say and do can and will be used against you. Now, I have a lot of friends who are lawyers, and people wonder, well, Nika, why do you think that he was wrongly accused? If he was wrongly accused, I think if he was wrongly accused, it is because he is an outsider and he's an easy target. And depending on how the locals knew him, his personality, if you're a quiet or person or you're introverted, that can also make it easy to frame somebody potentially. We don't know if that happened in this case or not. But we often see that people who are framed or wrongly accused is because they are vulnerable people. So, my lawyer friends, what do they say about this? They say, Nika, this unfortunately happens way more than it should. That is not something I'm proud to hear, because again, I've talked about my military past and military LE families, but it is something that needs to be addressed anyway. And a lot of lawyers say, look, once LE gets involved and they have Patsy, for example, they continue to move in that direction. They have an idea, they paint a picture of what could have happened in a crime, and they move in that one and only direction. Even if they're being bombarded with tips, clues, hints, it doesn't matter. They're focused on that one narrow-minded story they concocted in the beginning. And there have been cases where LE is wrong. And what happens? Then they shift the blame to the DA. And then if the DA is wrong, they will shift the blame to the police departments. And it could be very hard to trust either or. So I'm always going to tell people, look, if you're ever in that situation, if you end up being a Bryan Kohberger potentially, or in any situation where PD or LE is questioning you, plead the fifth, lawyer up. You know why? You shouldn't care if it makes you look guilty. Because I've also heard a lot of that in this case. People commenting saying, well, the fraternity, it looks guilty because they immediately lawyered up. It is my opinion that they look guilty for other reasons, potentially, but not because they lawyered up immediately. Because if you understand how our judicial system works and its potential downfalls, you know to lawyer up for your own safety, for the safety of your family, for the safety of your loved ones. You do not want to end up wrongly accused, incarcerated for something you didn't even do. So that is why I am here on YouTube, because there are so many suspicions around this case. We have very little actual information. The majority of this is speculation. The majority of all the videos on this case are pure speculation. But even then, I think we can all agree that something doesn't sit right. The Kohberger is maybe not guilty, or that Kohberger is maybe involved, but not directly. So many things don't make sense. So Bryan knows how the criminal justice system works. And I think that's why he stood silent. That is why he is not screaming his innocence from the rooftop, because he doesn't have an outlet, first of all, and because why would you? People are going to point the finger anyway. As far as why would they frame somebody like BK potentially? He's an outsider. He's a nobody. He has no involvement in the state, no ties to work there or the university there or even friends. It sounds like he didn't really make too many close friends there. And I think if he was actually framed, which we do not know if he was or was not, they made a mistake. Oftentimes, when people are framed, whoever frames them is thinking, they're not going to care about this person. This person is a nobody. Nobody's going to look into this case. This person is a nobody. We can get away with it. This person is a nobody. We can get away with it. This person doesn't have support from anybody in the state. But trust me, we are all looking out. We are all keeping an eye out for Bryan and other people in this case. Why? Because it is shady. Why? Because there is potential motive as to why LE would frame him. Why? Because even if he's an outsider with no ties to Moscow, Idaho, it doesn't matter. Remember, the law says innocent until proven guilty. People are saying, but there's so much evidence. I don't think so. There's very little evidence. Clean car. No signs of him ever having cleaned his car of DNA. No ties to the victim. Yet we have a case where there are so many potential paths and information that could lead us to potential suspects, yet LE seems to not care at this point, in my opinion. So, what do you think? I am curious, do you think he is guilty? Do you think he is innocent? Do you think he was maybe directly involved? I have my own thoughts. I've yet to fully share them. I think I will eventually share them, but of course, we are all allowed to change our mind along the way. Like I mentioned earlier, once the trial starts, we're going to be, I think, having a better idea of what actually took place that day. And this is not only to keep our rights in place, innocent until proven guilty, but it's also to bring justice to the family. We saw the house torn down. How is that justice? How is it justice that there are so many other potential suspects that have yet to be even questioned? Is it because they lawyered up? Is it because maybe they left the country? Is it because maybe they have the backing of a powerful university? Or maybe the backing of even a cartel potentially? Is it maybe because LE could have some involvement with the Fed's potential illegal activity there? Who knows? These are all speculations. But again, for those of you commenting saying, why am I siding with him? I'm not defending him. I'm not saying that he has no ties to this crime. But I am extremely passionate about our rights. And when I am talking about everybody who have talked about in every single video, I always try to put myself in their shoes. How would I feel if somebody was making a video about me if I covered XYZ? So I try to be cautious with how I word things because I try to be an empathetic person. But we still have to call out potential suspects. We cannot be narrow-minded. Ellie is already doing that. So remember, guys, do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Like I said, I often leave links in the description, so I want you to read them yourself with your own eyes to see what I am seeing, because maybe I missed something. And people always ask me, well, you need to show us the vehicles that you're talking about. You need to show us the people that you're talking about. I don't have time for that. I wish I did. Maybe in the future I will. I would love to do that, more detailed videos. But time is precious for me currently, extremely precious, which is why I am talking about this in short stints whenever I can, because time is so tight. I try to use it for things that matter to me. And that is this case, my family, my loved ones, my jobs. So zoom in, take a screenshot of the thumbnails of the videos, and then I always leave hints there. Sometimes websites, sometimes Instagram profiles, Facebook profiles to the people that we are talking about. If you'd like to look into them, you can do whatever you want with that information. But again, I urge everybody, always do your own research and come to your own conclusions. And share with me, please. I am always reading your comments in the comment section. Remember, my goal was to create a community here where we can share information, share different perspectives. That is essential so that we don't end up like Ellie, so that we don't end up narrow-minded, so that if we see something that is off, if we see tips or potential suspects, that we understand that it is fair game to maybe call them out, maybe ask questions, maybe ask, what was this person doing at the time the crime took place? So that is my rant for the day. If I don't get on tomorrow, I will see you guys the next day, but I hope you guys all stay safe. By the way, if you guys are over age and you're drinking, stay safe because it's a problem. It's the holidays. Yes, we can have fun, get an Uber, get a Lyft, private driver, but whatever you do, do not go out and drink. Stay safe and take care of each other. And remember to be respectful in the comment section. So I wish you guys a happy new year. I hopefully get to see you tomorrow as well. So let me know down in the comments, do you want to see another video tomorrow? Yay or nay? Take care, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.